Today's video is just going to be a really quick one of me showing you how I put my Skyline on jack stands. I'm making the video because someone actually requested it in a comment a while back, and I said the next time I put the car on the jack stands, I'll go ahead and film it and showing you how I put it on the jack stands and exactly where I place the jacks under the front subframe and in the rear. So that's what this video is about. Let's see it. Alright, so these are the jack stands that I use. I bought these little rubber insert things from Amazon, and they actually work great. They sit down on top of this like that, and then as the weight sits on the car, it squishes down and keeps it in place, and that way it doesn't scratch up any of your anything underneath the car. So I've got 4 of them. I'll put a link down in the description to all those. And anyway, let's start jacking things up. Alright, so in order to start, I actually drive the car up onto these low rise ramps because the front lip is too low and I can't actually get the jack underneath to the front subframe unless the car is on these. So I put them on there. These are actually really cheap. If you don't have a set, I would recommend getting them. I think they're about $50 or $60 roughly. Alright, so the car starts like this. I actually jack the rear first and then put the jack stands under the rear. Alright, so let's jack up the rear first. Another thing, I have a low profile jack. Sometimes I've seen low profile like extended reach, which are a little bit longer, they're about to here, which are nice, but this one's worked fine. I've had it for a long time. One thing I wanted to point out is I also have this jack pad that's just like it's hardened rubber that sits down on there, and it helps to prevent it from doing any damage to the undercarriage or subframe or diff or whatever it is you're lifting from. So anyway, let's get under the car. I'll show you where I lift everything from here. So up underneath of the car here, you can see the diff, but right here, if I can see my finger, but right here is the little cross piece of metal that goes from the subframe underneath. That is actually where I put the jack, and I lift up the rear from there, and then underneath the subframe I put the jack stand. So let's jack this thing up and we'll go from there. Alright, so now I place the jack stand, as you can see, under this little L bracket. This one here. And as you can see right here, this little thing has a cutout, and I actually put it directly underneath there so that it sits right underneath of this pad, and then I just lower it down on both sides and we're good, just like that. Alright, so I'm going to lower it down now and we'll go. Alright, so there you can see it's on both sides. Alright, now you can see the rear is in the air, and we'll go ahead and get the front up in the air and put the jack underneath the front subframe and lift the front, and then we'll put these 2 jack stands underneath the subframe, and then this thing will be good. Alright, so looking underneath the car, you can see that cross member there with a little X in it. That is exactly where you put the jack to jack up the front under the subframe. It's basically just rear of where the oil pan sits. I've got the jack stands underneath on both sides, and it's just underneath the subframe. Now I'm going to start lowering it down. Alright, let's do that. Just making sure I got the last small adjustments here before I let it all the way down. And weight is off. All right, it's on there. Just leave this engaged a little bit and out of the way. The last little bit of extra protection. Give it a shake. Make sure it's not going to come loose. And there you have it, car's up on the jack stands. All right, so that's it. Just a quick and easy video. Hopefully that's helpful for you. I don't remember who asked me for this video a couple months back, but hopefully it's helpful for you. That's where I put all the jack stands. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.